The Libs just can't give it a rest. There's a new star of a revival of Jesus Christ Superstar. Do you know who's playing the role of our Lord? We'll get to it in a moment. If you were with us for election night or for the inauguration, you know that the Daily Wire doesn't just show up, we take over. And now we're headed back to D.C. today to do just that at CPAC. Join me along with Ben, Matt, Drew, Jeremy, live tonight, February 20th. No scripted talking points, no corporate-approved narratives, just real conversations that actually matter, streaming live on Daily Wire Plus. We are taking your questions. Do not just watch CPAC, be a part of it live Thursday night, tonight, February 20th on Daily Wire Plus. My favorite comment yesterday is from Henry Bierman, 8431, who says, the fact that Michael didn't use his Fauci voice in this video is the real tragedy here. That is a tragedy. I should have. My deepest apologies. I also would like to apologize to all of you for poisoning you with that clot shot, that Fauci ouchie, and also sorry for spending $241 million of your taxpayer money transing monkeys. Oopsie daisy. Please forgive your benevolent leader, Dr. Fauci. Jesus Christ Superstar, a Broadway musical from the 70s, has a new lead, going to play the title role of our Lord at the Hollywood Bowl. Who is it? Is it Jim Caviezel? No. Is it Jonathan Rumi? No. It is Cynthia Erivo. A black lady is going to play our Lord. And I know I'm already hearing it from the liberal Christians. They're going to say, well, it doesn't matter, actually. The appearance of the person, doesn't have even the sex of the person. You know, our Lord is everything. No, actually, hold on. God, of course, is not bound by all of our little human categories. But our Lord, who is God, but who has both a divine nature and a human nature, actually enters into history in time and space with a body, and a sex, and a skin color, and real physical features. He's a real person in time and space. So, it does matter. I'm waiting. I think there's going to be a revival of Spike Lee's Malcolm X, and they're going to star Jim Gaffigan. Can you wait for that? That's going to be so great, don't you think? Audiences are going to line up. I don't think they wouldn't do that. In fact, the Libs in Hollywood, in recent years, have increasingly insisted that you cannot play any character that you do not personally identify with, that does not check off all of the criteria on your personal identity. In my youth, I was an actor. I've played all sorts of roles that are totally foreign to me. I played the devil once. I played football players. I've played U.S. soldiers. Played guys who are a little light in the loafers. I've played Hispanics. I've played all sorts of things. It's not me. I haven't just played Italian, half WASP, Irish from New York, millennial. That would be crazy. But the Libs say, now, these days, if you want to play a gay guy in a movie, you have to be a gay guy. What happened to pretending? What happened to acting? No, out the window. If you want to play a trans-identifying person, you need to identify as trans. But if you want to play our Lord, you can be a black lady. It's totally fine. Doesn't make a lot of sense. So there's no consistent principle here for the left. It's just anything that would upend tradition, that would irritate normal people, they're for that. But otherwise, no rules, no rules. We play by whatever capricious rules they come up with that day. This does, though, speak to a deeper debate within the theater that's gone on for a long time. It was Bruce Dean, who formerly ran the Yale Repertory Theater, then he went up to the American Repertory Theater up by Harvard, and he got into a big fight with the guy who wrote Fences. What is his name? He's probably the founder of the modern black theater in America. Oh, anyway, his name escapes me. But he was a black playwright from St. Paul, Minnesota area. And they had this big debate over colorblind casting. Should you cast acknowledging race or not? Well, August Wilson was the black playwright. And Bruce Dean, this white liberal guy, said, yeah, colorblind casting is great. You can have colorblind casting, and you could Have black people play white characters and white people play black characters, and that's all great. And it was the black guy. It was August Wilson who said, no, you can't. You know, it's ridiculous. But maybe sometimes there can be exceptions. Denzel Washington did a great Macbeth. But, no, generally, you can't have a black lady playing our Lord. Text Knowles, Canada WLAS, to 989898. Everybody has been thinking about the economy lately. Economic experts have been analyzing long-term trends, and some are expressing concerns about potential serious economic challenges once we approach 2030. It is interesting when you look at the big picture. We got the baby boomer generation entering retirement. It's putting pressure on Social Security and Medicare. At the same time, we're dealing with a smaller workforce, national debt, and rising living costs. Hopefully, we will see changes for the better in the near future. In the meantime, these are the kinds of things that should make you think about financial security and how to protect your savings. I've looked into different options. You just can't dismiss the tried and true traditional approach, investing in physical gold. There is this company, Birch Gold, that is making it pretty straightforward to diversify your portfolio, and they can actually help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a gold IRA without any out-of-pocket costs. Protect your future today. Text Knowles to 989898. Get your free info kit on gold and a copy of the Ultimate Guide for Gold in the Trump Era, with a foreword by Donald Trump Jr. There is no obligation, only information. Text Knowles, Canada WLAS, to 989898 today. And you can't have Jim Gaffigan playing Malcolm X, and it doesn't make sense. There have to be certain limits here within the theater. But for the left, they don't care. They're really just poking buttons. That's all this is about. This is not because Cynthia Erivo went in and did a great version of an Andrew Lloyd Webber song. It's because they knew this would grab headlines and get people like me to complain about it, and I guess they succeeded. Now, speaking of Hollywood entertainers, this was really fitting. This was great. Mark Hamill, whose only notable film role ever began in the 1970s, and he hasn't shut up about it since. Mark Hamill was just presenting at the BAFTA Awards, the British Theatre Awards. And as he was presenting, his pants fell down. Hat tip to Colin Rugg for this little clip.
So what makes us love cinema so much that we're all gathered here to celebrate tonight? For me, it's that films create worlds so vivid and stories so powerful that we lose ourselves in them completely. They create immersive cinematic landscapes that feel alive, whether they're set here in London or anywhere.
This is like a Saturday Night Live sketch. If you're just listening to it right now, halfway through you can hear his voice start to crack. His pants just fall down. And you can't really see on camera, though according to reports, this is according to The Sun, Mark started speaking and then his suit trousers just dropped to his knees. It was like they were too big for him. All the big stars such as Timothée Chalamet, Ariana Grande, Adrian Brody would have seen it from their angle. Most guests looked horrified but said nothing. They were turning to each other wide-eyed as if to say, did that just happen? So his pants drop to the ground. He says, oh, and then he starts trying to pull them up and his jacket gets all discombobulated. And it's really symbolic, really fitting. Because Hollywood, the liberal entertainment, they've been caught with their pants down. And their ratings have collapsed and their cultural influences collapsed and they all hated Trump and yet Trump won the popular vote. And it's really fitting. I don't have much more to say about it. It is very funny to see this guy who really comes off as one of the biggest left-wing jerks in all of Hollywood actually be pantsed on international television. It was a nice clip, and we agree. So what you do is you ring that bell, then you will have subscribed to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel, and I can see you next time.